I'm sick to my stomach. Chris Chan's car was spotted just outside their mother's house, days after the incest charges were dropped. If you aren't aware who Chris Chan is, the most documented person on the internet, somebody that is so ridiculously over the top that you can't even believe that this person actually exists. If you look up the definition of mentally ill in the dictionary, you will see Chris Chan there. If you follow the documentary by Gino Samuel, you'll see a history of issues stemming from Chris Chan needing help and not getting it. They got arrested a couple years ago for allegedly raping their mother, Barbara Chandler, an elderly woman in her fucking 80s. And they were in jail for the last couple years until the case got dismissed because the court felt that Chris Chan honestly is too much of a retard to understand what he did was wrong. They didn't even push it. They didn't even take it to jury. The case got dismissed, and he didn't even have to register as a sex offender at all. Now, days removed from the charges being dropped, Chris Chan's car is outside the mother's house, when the last place on this God's green earth that Chris Chan should be is anywhere near his mother. I am sick to my stomach. I've seen people speculate and throw theories out there that Chris Chan didn't do the crime, that he lied about it on the phone because the girl he was talking to has some kind of weird fetish that she told Chris Chan about, and Chris Chan thought he would score by telling this girl that he slept with his mother, essentially. I've seen that. But you cannot deny that there's something loose in Chris Chan's head. And poor Barbara Chandler, she's past the point where she has no clue where she's at. There's dementia majorly when it comes to her. And the living conditions that they're in, I hope whoever was watching and taking care of her the last couple years while Chris Chan was locked up told Chris Chan to leave. Now, it's kind of strange that somebody drove by Chris Chan's house, but with this situation, I'm glad people are keeping an eye on it, even though it is stalkerish, because this is just trouble waiting to happen, and I have no clue what it is about people giving Chris Chan a pass all the time, right? Giving him a pass because, oh, he's a retard is essentially what we see here. Think about it. He was in jail because of incest charges, and now they got dropped, and the first place that he's at and staying at is at his mother's house instead of being somewhere institutionalized. Like, he should be at a therapy or at a home or a halfway house or somewhere where people are monitoring him, where people are watching him, where people have a close eye on him, because this dude, it's just a matter of time before something else happens with the Chris Chan situation. All right? I'm not trying to roast somebody and call them a fucking weird pig or disgusting or anything like that. But following the Chris Chan documentary and looking at every single little instance, there's something not right there. In his brain, there's something not right there. And he needs to be watched, especially with this situation. This is a big freaking yikes when it comes to just everything. When you think about it, Chris Chan going to his mother's house is freaking wild. Who's not to say that he's going to do something worse now than what he allegedly did? Okay, innocent till proven guilty. We got that. He didn't go to jail and get charged. He went to jail. Court got dismissed. Free man. He's not a sex offender, which is surprising, which is really fucking surprising. Now he's back home where the problem was at. Now he could possibly do something even worse and harm her, push her down the stairs, God forbid, do something to put her life in jeopardy. And who knows who's monitoring them? Who knows if there's somebody actually actively there now with the mother that is alert? I know Chris Chan has siblings, but from what I understand and what I gather, they want nothing to do with Barbara or Chris. Like, they moved on. They don't even associate with the family. So this is scary in my opinion. I got no idea what to think at this point. Like, I'm confused beyond words when it comes to what is going on, because this is crazy. This is absolute crazy. And I've started following the whole Chris Chan situation this last year or so. I caught up on the documentary and I've seen every single instance or whatever. And at one point, I felt sorry for the dude. I was like, man, you know, he really just needed help. He was a lonely guy. He meant well. He was well intended. He fell for trolls constantly trolling him and falling under fake alts and calling Skype calls and tricking him, making him think that he had a chance with females. And it slowly started to become more apparent that he has incel behavior, to where he's constantly thinking of ways to get laid, and that's why he talks to women and stuff like that. He even became a lesbian to be closer to women, to see if he could get laid by lesbians. You know, the whole Chris Chan enigma is unreal. Like, I've said it before, it's weird to really sit here and realize that this guy is a real person. This guy is somebody that is out there, and everything that you pick up when you go down this Chris Chan rabbit hole is absolutely nuts. And to see all of the documentation of it, if you look up the documentary, if you look up the Chris Chandler wiki, there's so much things from emails, screenshots, actual audio calls, video. Like, there's never been more documentation on anybody on the internet than Chris Chan. And the further that you go down the rabbit hole, the more that you realize that he needs help. Yeah, he didn't get charged. The court case got dismissed. But if you really think about it, why did it get dismissed? It's essentially because they felt he was too retarded to understand what he did was wrong at all. Because he's schizophrenic. He's not really there. Like, I'm not trying to insult this human being, but he's also not safe. Like, he is absolutely a danger to himself, to others around him, to his mother especially. Like, I'm at a loss for words here. Literally days after the charges get dismissed, he's at mom's house again. And who knows what's going on there. I just hope that she's safe. I hope that they're not alone. I hope that he's not doing anything to her to harm her. Because poor woman at this point, she's probably not even aware that he was gone, to be completely honest, if the dementia's that bad. I just have this weird feeling in my stomach, guys. I don't know about y'all.